Hello everyone. The way to get started is to quit talking and start doing. My dear students, I welcome all of you to my fourth session on Python Revision 2.2. My dear students, it's very important today's topic that all of you should be very attentive. I'm going to discuss the concept called dictionaries in Python. A very important topic if you want to become a good programmer. Let's start with dictionaries now. So what is that? I will learn in today's class. The first topic that I will discuss is how to create the dictionaries. How to create the dictionaries. What is the second topic? Accessing elements in the dictionaries. And most important thing that all of you should know is characteristics of dictionaries. And then what are the operations that I can do is what I will be discussing with the dictionaries operation. And the last and the very important part of the session, that is dictionaries, functions and methods, is what I will be doing in today's session, my dear students. My dear students, it's very important that we should understand what is dictionaries. Dictionaries in the sense it is a pair of key and values. It is a pair of key and values. That is the first point that you should remember, my dear students. What is that? It is a pair of key and value, my dear students. That is what I will call it as a dictionaries. Second point that you should remember with respect to the dictionary is whenever I am using dictionaries, remember I will be using this flower brackets. I'll be using this flower brackets. Sir, why flower bracket? Remember, my dear students, if I am using the list, I will be using the square brackets. If I am using the tuples, I'll be using the round brackets. That is what I will call it as a parenthesis. But when I am using the dictionaries, my dear students, I will be using this flower brackets. That is the second point that you should remember when I am discussing the concept called dictionaries. So what is the first point? So it is a pair of keys and values, and the second point that you should remember with respect to the dictionary is flower brackets. Dear students, what is the third point that I should remember, sir? My dear students, you cannot expect the data or keys and values in the order. So that is what I will call it as a, you will have the data in unsorted manner. You will have the data in the unsorted manner. That is the third point that you should remember with respect to dictionaries. What is the fourth point that I should remember, sir? If you ask me, my dear students, with respect to dictionaries, that is, dictionaries is mutable. Dictionaries is mutable. So, sir, can you tell me? So, list is mutable or not? Yes, it is mutable. Tuples is mutable or not? No, it is not. So, dictionaries is mutable. Dictionaries is mutable. Understand the syntax to create the dictionaries, my dear students. What is the syntax? So, let's take a look. So, first thing, whatever you are writing, so that should be the name of the dictionaries. What is the first thing that you will write? You will write the name of the dictionaries. After that, you will use the assignment operator. You will use the assignment operator. My dear students, you need to observe here. I'm starting with a flower bracket. I'm starting here with a flower bracket, my dear students. Then first, inside this flower bracket, remember, I will write the key first. I will write the key first, and then after that, remember, I should use the colon. So followed by the key, I should use the colon. Then after that, I will write the value for this key. I will write the value for this key. That is what you need to remember. Sir and madam, please observe. So this is what I will call it as a one pair. This is what I will call it as a one pair. A pair of key and value. Okay. So this is what I will call it as a one pair. This key and value is separated by colon. This key and value is separated by colon. My dear students, after this pair, each pair is separated by comma. Each pair is separated by comma. I will repeat. Please understand. Listen to me carefully. First, I will start with the dictionary name. Then after that, I should use the assignment operator. Then I should start with the flower bracket, followed by the flower bracket. The first thing that I should write is key. The first thing that I should write is key. Then after that, I should write the colon. Then I will be writing the values, my dear students. Then after that, I should separate with the comma. I should separate with the comma. You will ask me one thing. Sir, how many pairs that I can have inside the dictionaries? My dear students, there is no limit. You can have n number of pairs inside the dictionaries, but each pair of values, that is key and values, will be separated by comma. That is what you need to remember. This is how you will create the dictionary. Let's take an example now. So what is the dictionary name in this example? The name of the dictionary is teachers. The name of the dictionary is teachers. Then after that, my dear students, you need to observe, I'm using the flower brackets to create the dictionaries. I'm using the flower bracket to create the dictionaries. Then what is this? What is this I have given here? My dear students, you need to observe. So this is what I will call it as a key. This is what I will call it as a key. So my dear students, since it is a string, I'm enclosing it with a quotes. I'm enclosing it with the quotes. Most of the students, what they will understand is they will enclose with both keys and values, but you're not supposed to do that. That is a wrong annotation, or that is a wrong way of representing the things. But please observe. So you will have the quotes for keys, as well as you will have the separate quotes for the values. You'll have the separate quote for the values. That is what you need to remember. So my key is Dimple and the value is computer science. My key is Dimple and the value is computer science. And I'm using the colon in between. I'm using the colon in between. So this is my one single pair of key and value. Then after that, followed by comma, I'm using what? Comma. Then after that, again, I have one more key and one more value. My dear students, this is what? Okay, I will call it as a dictionaries. This is what I will call it as a dictionaries. This is how I will be creating the dictionaries, my dear students. Please remember that. Moving on to the next one. Accessing elements in a dictionaries. Remember, how can I access? Accessing elements in the dictionaries. How can I access? My dear students, you need to just remember this syntax. You need to remember this syntax. What is that I have given? You have to give the name of the dictionary. You have to give the name of the dictionary, and then followed by you have to give the key. Followed by you have to give the key. Suppose if I write the name of the dictionary and the key, so my dear students, Python will give you the value of that particular key. Python will give you the value of that particular key. My dear students, I will explain this with the program at the end of this session. So I will repeat, how do I access the value? So you will give the dictionary name, followed by you will give the key. So then the Python program will give you the value of the key, whatever you have given inside this bracket. That is what you need to remember. My dear students, you will end up with an error. My dear students, you will end up with error. Suppose if you are trying to access the key which is not there in the dictionaries. That is one more important point that you need to remember. So with respect to the dictionaries, and as I told you in the beginning, so you cannot expect the data in a particular order. Okay, since dictionaries is famous for giving you the data in a unsorted manner. Moving on to the next one. So my dear students, characteristics of data dictionaries, or I can also call it as the dictionaries. Characteristics of dictionaries. It's very, very important. So I'll just move out of the frame. Please take a screenshot of it. This is very, very important with respect to the dictionaries, my dear students. Hope you are trying to take the photocopy, or hope you are trying to take the screenshot of it. So I think you have taken it. So let me start with the first point. What is the first point that I have? My dear students, dictionaries is an unordered set of key value pairs. My dear students, we have the data inside the dictionary. The point that you should remember is you cannot expect the data to be stored in the sequenced manner. So that's why we get the data in an unsorted manner. You cannot expect the data to be in a sorted order. That is the first point that you should remember with respect to the dictionaries, my dear students. The second point, my dear students, you need to remember the second point. Unlike the strings, list and tuple, so in this you will have your data in a sorted order, that is in the sequence, but you cannot expect the same thing in dictionaries, is what they are trying to explain in the second point. So what is that? You can have the data in sequence in list, string and tuple, but not in dictionaries is what you need to remember. Sequence in the sense what? One by one in order, but you will have the data in dictionaries in unsorted. It is not in sequence is what you need to remember whenever you are programming with respect to the dictionaries, my dear students. Let's go to the third point. So my dear students, dictionaries are indexed by keys. Very, very important point that you should remember. Dictionaries are indexed by keys. When it comes to the list, when it comes to the string, when it comes to the tuple, you will be accessing the indexing, that is 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is the index that we are using. But when it comes to the dictionaries, my dear students, whenever you want to access any value, you should use the keys. With the help of keys, you will be accessing each and every value. Suppose if I don't have the key, then it is not possible for me to access any of the value that I have inside the dictionaries, my dear students. That is what you need to remember. I will repeat, without keys, I cannot access any value. Suppose if I have the key, I cannot have the repeated key in my dictionaries. Why, you tell me? My dear students, I cannot access the data, that is duplicated data. It will not allow me to have the duplicate keys. That is one more point you need to remember at this point of time. That is what you need to understand. Let's go to the next point. Each of the key within the dictionary must be unique. That is what I have discussed just now. So all the keys, whatever you have inside the dictionaries, should be unique. What is the meaning of it? So why should I have the unique keys? Because all your values will be stored with respect to the key. So if I want to access that value particularly, so I should have the unique key. Otherwise, there will be a problem of redundancy. It will not allow me to store the duplicate keys also in the dictionaries. So my dear students, the last point, like list, dictionaries are mutable. So my dear students, remember, as I told you in the previous slide, the last characteristics, dictionaries are mutable. It will allow you to change or modify the values with respect to the keys. That is what you need to remember. So my dear students, all these points are very, very important, which will give you the characteristics about data dictionaries. So this is what we wanted to discuss in this slide. Hope you have understood. Moving on to the next topic, data dictionary operations. Very, very important one. We have discussed this topic in all the concepts like string, list and tuples. Operations with respect to the list, operations with respect to the tuples. My dear students, we are discussing operation with respect to the data dictionary. What is that? First operation that we are trying to discuss, my dear students, traversing. As I told you in the previous class, traversing in the sense of visiting each and every element inside the tuple, list or data dictionaries is what we are calling it as a traversing. How do I traverse in the dictionary? So my dear students, the same concept that I am using the for loop to traverse between the pairs of key and values in the dictionary, my dear students. What is that? What is the concept that I am using for traversing? Of course, I am using the for loop to access each and every key and values that I have inside the dictionaries, my dear students. Moving on to the next one. My dear students, the next operation that I have is adding an element. What is that I have? Adding elements to the dictionaries. How do I add the elements to the dictionary? This is what the syntax that I have. My dear students, I have to write the dictionary name. What is that I have to write first? I have to write the dictionary name. Then I have to specify the key. Then I have to specify the key. Then I have to use the assignment operator. What is that I will be using? Assignment operator. And then you will write the value whatever you wanted to give. So this is how you will add the element to the dictionary individually. Okay, so remember this concept, remember this syntax. I will discuss this again in the next slide. So what is that I'm doing? Adding an element to the dictionary. So remember the syntax. Again, I will discuss the same thing. Suppose, moving on to the next one, if I want to update the existing one, I will repeat. If I want to update the existing one, what is the syntax? So my dear students, hope you have seen this already. The same syntax, whatever you are using to add an element inside the dictionary, the same syntax you will use to update the existing item also, my dear students. So that is what you need to remember. Moving on to the next one. So deleting an element from the dictionary. So we have understood how to add an element. So we have understood how to create the dictionary. We have understood how to update. And now we are trying to understand how to delete an element from the dictionary. Let's understand the syntax for it. My dear students, I should use the keyword DEL. I should use a keyword DEL. Followed by that, I should write the name of the dictionary. I should write the name of the dictionary. In the previous example, the name of the dictionary was teachers. So my dear students, I will write the keyword del and I will write the name of the dictionary and I will mention the name of the key. I will mention the name of the key. So it will delete the pair of key and value, my dear students. That is what you need to remember. And also I have one more function, my dear students. Please understand another method to delete the elements from the dictionary by using pop. Pop method is also used to delete the elements from the dictionary is what you need to understand. So what is the syntax for that? So you will write the name of the dictionary dot. You'll write the name of the dictionary dot. You will write the method that is pop. Inside that pop, you will write the key. You will mention the key. This function will also delete the element from the dictionary is what you need to understand, my dear students. Moving on to the next one. Checking for the existence of a key. Checking for the existence of a key. So what is the meaning of it, sir? So let's imagine I have given a key as name. So I should check whether I have name inside the dictionary or not. So how can I check it? So I will be using the membership operators, whether I have that key inside the dictionary or not. With the help of that membership operators, my dear students, I will be identifying so whether I have the particular key or not in the dictionary is what I will understand. Let us understand this syntax. My dear students, I have the key. What is the key here? My key will be name. Name in is a membership operator. That is what you need to remember. Okay. I have key, that is name in dictionary. So dictionary in the sense what is that? I have given dictionary as this is the name of the dictionary that you should give. So for example, my dictionary is teachers. Name in teachers, whether you have or not is what you will understand. So by this, the same way you have not in. The same way you have not in. You will get the answer in true or false. So that is what you need to remember at this point of time with respect to membership operators that we are using in dictionaries. Moving on to the next one. So guys, we have come to the important part of the session. So that is methods that we are having in dictionaries. So let me start the first method by looking at the name of the method. You would have understood what is that we are trying to do. So my dear students, let me start with the first method, that is length. So my dear students, you are using len function. You are using len function. I will repeat it one more time. Suppose whenever you have anything with this parenthesis, you should treat this as method or you should treat this as functions. Okay. Why? Because you are having this parenthesis. You are having this parenthesis. My dear students, length is a method that I am using to count the number of elements that I have inside the dictionary. So you need to understand one more thing right now. So sir, how do we calculate the length inside this dictionary? For example, we have a pair of key and value. Will it count key as one value and value as one value? Suppose if I have 3 pairs, will it calculate or will it give me the answer as 6? No, my dear students, it will treat or it will take one pair as one count. That is what you need to remember here. Length is a function which will give me the number of pair of key and value that I have inside the dictionary. So moving on to the next one. So what is items? My dear students, items is a function. Items is a function which will give me the pair of key and values whatever I have in my dictionary. I will repeat. Items is a function which will give me the pair of key and values whatever I have inside the dictionaries is what you need to understand. Let's go to the next one. I have keys. Sir, what is this keys? My dear students, you need to observe this. Hope you will understand. If you just look at the syntax, you have given the dictionary. Yes, you have given the dictionary. Dot keys in the sense what? Whatever the keys that you have in this dictionary, my dear students, all those keys you will start listing. Okay, so that is what you need to understand. So now we'll go to the next one. You will tell me what exactly we are trying to do with this function. Can you just tell me, yes, exactly what you have guessed is right? You will just list out all the values, whatever you have in the dictionary, if you are using the function called values. If you are using the function called values. My dear students, I would like to show this concepts with the program to give you the better understanding with respect to these concepts. Let's go to the programming section. My dear students, let me take a program to explain the concept of dictionaries. Yes, you can see I am using all the functions whatever I have discussed in the slides. Let me start with the first one. My dear students, what is that I have here? You need to observe. I'm trying to create a dictionary. What is the name of the dictionary? You can see here. I'm just having EMP. What is the name of the dictionary? Exactly. The name of the dictionary is EMP. My dear students, you need to observe I'm using the flower brackets to create it. I'm using what type of brackets? Flower brackets. Then after that, I have name. So this is what I will call it as a key. This is what I will call it as a key. What is that I have? Ramya. So this is what I will call it as a value, my dear students. This is what I will call it as a values. So like that. So you can observe here I have comma. You can observe here I have comma. So this name and Ramya is one pair. This name and Ramya is one pair. So like that I have three pairs. One is employee ID, another one is salary. You need to observe one thing, my dear students. Only for the strings I have enclosed it with the double quotes. You can ask me, sir, can I use single quotes? Yes, of course you can use single quotes also. Both the quotes exchange the same meaning in Python. And remember one thing, whenever you are doing anything with respect to the Python programming language, it is very, very case sensitive. Suppose if you have given the dictionary name with a capital EMP, and if you are trying to access the same dictionary with a small letter EMP, but you will not be able to access it because it is case sensitive, my dear students. So let's come back to the example. I have created the dictionary. Okay, so my dictionary name is EMP and my dictionary has got three pair of key and values. The first key that I have is name, the second one that I have is EMP ID, and the third one that I have is salary, my dear students. If you ask me, sir, should I enclose it separately for key as well as for the values? I will say yes. If it is string, you have to enclose it with the quotes separately is what you need to understand and remember at this point of time, my dear students. Let's go to the next one. Let me start with the functions of dictionaries. Functions of dictionary. What is the first function that I have? My dear students, the first function that I have is len. I have already explained what is the use of len. I will just show you. So here EMP in the sense what is the meaning of EMP? EMP is a dictionary that I am passing inside the function that is len. Okay. So after that I'm just storing whatever the result that I am getting into this particular value and then I'm trying to print it. So that is what the len function that I'm performing here. I'll show you the output of exactly that I'm getting. So once I run the program, then what is the next one that I have? My dear students, you need to understand with respect to this get function. Get function is also one of the functions that we have, so which will help me to get the value of the keys whatever I pass as a parameter. Observe here, I'm using EMP. EMP is the name of the dictionary. I'm using EMP as a name of the dictionary, my dear students. Then after that I have the function get. So inside that I'm just trying to pass the key. I'm just trying to pass the key. If I pass this key, what will happen for me? If I pass the key, what will happen for me? My dear students, if I pass the key, the value of that particular key will be printed. Okay. So what is the next one that I have? Items. I have already discussed what is items. You need to observe here. Dictionary name dot items. It will print all the key and values whatever I have inside the dictionaries. My dear students, is what you need to understand. What is the next one? I have keys. So guys, dictionary name dot keys. This function will give me all the keys whatever I have inside the dictionaries is what you need to understand. So the next one that I have is values. What are the values that I have? What is the use of this value functions? Value functions will give me all the values whatever I have in that particular dictionary. And the last one, you need to observe this. I am using the function called update. I'm using a function called update. My dear students, here for the same, I'm just trying to create one more dictionary. Please observe this. This is very important. So my dear students, I'm trying to create one more dictionary. The name of the dictionary here is employee 1. So what is the dictionary that I have already? What is the name of the dictionary that I have? I have EMP. EMP is different. EMP1 is different. Observe my keys that I have: name, employee ID and salary. So what is the value for employee ID that I have here? Please observe this. What is the value for employee ID? 1, 2, 3. Please observe here again. So please observe again in my last example, my employee ID is 1, 2, 4. My dear students, if I just run this, this value will get updated with EMP. This value will get updated with the EMP. So that is what you need to understand. So I am updating. So EMP1 with EMP. So I'm updating EMP1 with EMP. So using a function called update. So using a function called update, you can update 2 dictionaries. This is what you need to understand. I'll just run this program for all of you and let us trace the output. So let's have a quick execution. My dear students, the first output, whatever you're getting here. So hope you're able to see this. My dear students, the first output, whatever you're able to see, that is a output of the first dictionary, whatever we have. We are trying to print the dictionary value. So that is the first output that you have. And the next one you have is the length of the dictionaries. The length of the dictionaries is 3. So my dear students, you can observe you have 3 pairs. You have the first pair with the key, second one is employee ID, third one is a salary. My dear students, you have 3 pair of key and value. That's why your length of the dictionary is 3. So what is the result of get function? You are passing name as a parameter. So if you pass name as a parameter, you are getting Ramya as an output. So what is Ramya? What do you treat Ramya as? Ramya as value. Okay. So next output that you have is result with items. If you are using a function called items, so if you use the function called items, you will get all the pairs of key and value. So that is what you need to remember. And the next one that you have is keys. If you use key functions, all the keys will be retrieved from the dictionaries. And the next one is values. All the values will be retrieved. And the last one is, you need to observe 124 is your employee ID after updating it. I have tried my best. Hope I have not wasted your time. My dear students, please keep watching this video again and again. I have given you the enough knowledge with respect to the dictionaries. But my dear students, you will understand this concept. I will repeat this again and again in all my sessions. You will understand this concepts, whatever I have explained. So only if you implement with your own programs, you start developing your own programs, assume your own concepts, start using these concepts in your programs, then only you will have the better knowledge with respect to these concepts. By saying this, take care of your health, take care of your family. Thank you very much.